Welcome to the Crow's Nest, where we highlight the best Millersville athletics has to offer, including interviews with the top performers from each week's games and more insider access. Here's your host, Andrew Pauling.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Crow's Nest, your home for all things Millersville athletics. Alongside Ruby Mundock, I'm Andrew Pauling, and here's what the Marauders have been up to. The men's and women's soccer teams hosted their senior days this past weekend as the men picked up a 2-1 win against Bloomsburg, while the women were shut out by the Huskies, falling by a final of 1-0. Our Daniela McCurdy caught up with senior standouts Spencer Shortt and Paige Mancini following their senior day games.
Spencer, you have recorded assists today. What does it mean to win in front of the home crowd on senior day?
Obviously, it feels great. I mean, I love to contribute to the team as best as I can on a daily basis. We had a great crowd today. I mean, it was fun to play with the guys one last time on this field, and we're just ready for the postseason.
Yeah, the postseason's coming up. Clearly, you've been a part of many of those teams now. What sets this team apart from past teams you played with?
I feel like, every single team that I've been on, we've kind of had that camaraderie and stuff. I feel like we've kind of found our flow, found our kind of brotherhood, and spending a lot of time together the past couple weeks. And I don't know, I feel like we're just ready. We're focused on Tuesday, and we're ready to just kind of take it as far as we can.
Well, best of luck to you and your team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Paige, today was your senior day, your last regular season game here at Pasillo. What does it mean to you to have all your family and friends in attendance?
It meant a lot, having like all the family and everything. I feel like it gave us like an extra boost, and it felt really good that we had a good performance and put on a good performance for them. So it was good.
Both soccer teams picked up wins in their PSAC quarterfinal games last night and will head to the PSAC semifinals on Friday. Anthony Calamia scored a pair of goals to push the Marauders past the Westchester Rams by a final of 2-1 in double overtime. The men take on Mercyhurst on Friday at 2 p.m. as they head to Erie for their conference semifinal game. The women punched their ticket with a 5-4 victory in penalty kicks after the original game ended following 2 overtime periods. Lauren Downey netted the winning kick for the Marauders as Reagan Kalinsky recorded a save to start the 5th round of PKs. Ville takes on Gannon at noon on Friday in Bloomsburg.
The volleyball team returns to Pasillo Gymnasium for their final 2 regular season matches this Friday and Saturday. The Marauders will host Military Appreciation Night on Friday before honoring the senior classes of 2020 and 2021 on Saturday prior to their regular season finale. Several Marauders remain near the top of the PSAC leaderboards heading into the weekend matches, as Caitlin Callahan and Lauren Lucas will both contend for the regular season blocking and kills titles respectively. So Andrew, what have been some bright spots for the Marauders this year on the volleyball front?
Well, from a win-loss total, the season didn't go as they had hoped it would, but they have a young team, very rebuilding season for them. Lauren Lucas has been outstanding, 330 kills on the season. That's second in the conference. She's 28 kills away from 10th all-time in single-season program history. That would tie her with current assistant coach Aaron Harmon with 358 kills on a season. So that would be a really cool total. That's certainly within reach with a pair of matches this weekend. So that's definitely something to look out for, especially as we get into Saturday's regular season finale.
And what records are at stake here?
So Emma Ludwig, she's 3rd in the conference with 911 assists. She could move all the way up into 8th in single-season program history with a strong weekend performance. Caitlin Callahan, 2nd in the conference in blocks with 117. And then Callahan and Lucas, they're 2nd and 3rd respectively in points in the conference at 386.5 and 359.5. So there's really no playoff implications for this weekend, but we've got several people near the top of the leaderboards for the conference and a few titles up for grabs as we head into the final weekend of the regular season.
Thanks for that, Andrew. Continuing on with swim, the Marauders improved to a 4-0 on the season after dominating their home meet against East Stroudsburg. The Marauders have scored 100 or more points in all 4 of their meets and will return home to Antonin Natatorium this Saturday for a dual meet against Juniata and Kutztown for their final home meet of the season. Should the Marauders win the meet, it would prove to be the best start to a season in program history. First events are scheduled for 1 p.m.
The men's and women's basketball teams tip off their seasons this weekend. The men kick things off Saturday evening against Frostburg State as part of the Ron Wilson Classic here at home, while the women head to Lincoln University for the CIAA and PSAC Challenge. I had the chance to catch up with returning standouts Khari Williams and Lauren Lister during practice this past week. Here's what they had to say about the upcoming season. Khari, season about to start in the next couple of weeks. What have been some things you've seen from this team over the preseason over these past 2 months?
We got a lot of young guys, but all the young guys have come in ready to work. You know, they know that they have to push all of our older guys just as much as another team would. So, I mean, I guess the biggest thing I could take away from coming in this year was we got a lot of energy, you know, from our seniors being ready to play and to the new guys just wanting to taste the PSAC. Yeah, we got a lot of energy this year.
Then you come into this season ranked 4th in the preseason poll. How's that going to motivate you guys, especially through the early parts of the season?
We definitely feel like we could have been higher, but I mean, honestly, we're not too much really worried about the rankings because we know it's at the end of the day, it's 2 courts and 1 ball, and we have to prove what we can do before anybody can say what we can do. So, you know, it's definitely motivation, but as a group, as a whole, I think we're just so focused that the ranking came out and it was just like, let's play ball.
And then going into the season, on a personal note, on a team note, what are your expectations for this season, knowing that this is going to be that last ride for a lot of this core?
I mean, we're looking to win it all. We're looking, you know, personally, you know, I don't see us losing a game, but, you know, it's being realistic, you know, losses come, but we're just ready to take all the, you know, the bumps and hurdles as the season comes, and we want to, you know, have that Marauder pride, you know.
Yeah, well, thanks for the time. Good luck this season. Lauren, you got a new coach and a lot of new teammates this year. What's it been like at practice, especially in the preseason as you guys prepare for this upcoming season?
I mean, practices have been really intense. I think we're still getting used to playing with each other. We have a lot of energy when we come into practice, and we treat practice like it's the game.
And then thinking ahead to the season starts up in the next couple of weeks. What are your expectations? You've been here for a few years now. How's this team compare to teams in years past?
We have a lot of new factors, so I think that's going to help us. And a lot of the other PSAC opponents don't know who we have or what we have, so I think that's going to be in our favor a lot. We also were ranked 8th this year, so we're trying to prove everybody wrong.
Well, you also are going for some milestones yourself. You're already the all-time leading scorer in program history. On a personal note, what are you looking forward to this season?
I'm just trying to make my teammates better. I'm trying to have a winning season since this is my last year. Obviously, I can't do that without my teammates, and I can't do it without winning. So.
All right, well, thanks for the time. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
For more information on the upcoming weekend games, head to MillersvilleAthletics.com.
The football team fell to Bloomsburg by a final of 38-35 on Saturday. Redshirt sophomore Jack Stagaard threw for 304 yards with 4 touchdowns, both of which are season highs from Marauders quarterbacks. Our Jordan Satterfield caught up with the quarterback following the game.
Jack, you guys were down big in the first half. Coming into the second half, a lot of people doubted you guys, but you guys look like a completely different team. What are some of the things that you guys went at halftime and took to the second half?
Basically, that last second score really gave us some momentum and boost, and we just came out. We knew we wanted to fight. We had to fight. That's what we did. We wanted to fight, and we came back. I don't know. Our game plan, we switched it up a little bit, and it really started to work.
Yeah, and that game plan, so you guys, a regular season finale next week, what are some of the things you guys can take away from this game and apply it to next week?
Basically, we just got to keep playing. There's some mistakes that I made. I can't throw that interception in the end zone there. That's just on me, and if I erase that, it's a completely different ballgame.
All right, great job today, man.
Thank you.
Millersville wraps up their regular season this Saturday at noon against Edinboro as the Marauders host Senior Day during their regular season finale. In wrestling news, the Marauders head to Mannheim to compete in the Journeyman Fall Classic this Sunday at 9 a.m. Millersville opened their season last week in the ESU Open as the Marauders took 10th out of the 26 teams competing in the meet. Head to MillersvilleAthletics.com or the Millersville Game Day app for recaps and box scores of all this weekend's events. Live streams can be accessed on the Ville Sports Network or the PSAC Digital Network. That's all from us this week on the Crow's Nest alongside Ruby Mundock. I'm Andrew Pauling, and we'll see you next Wednesday.